Yep, you saw the title. A new roster update is ensuing, and oh boy, it's a big one. About as big as Luis Arraez's PCI versus right-handed hitters. They even tell you on the schedule right here, the overhaul. What does that mean exactly? Player attributes based on advanced metrics, yada, yada, yada. We'll see. We'll talk about that and more. Pretty crazy last couple of weeks since we were on here last. Schedule, or standings rather. You know, kind of shaping up about as you would imagine the Los Angeles Angels keeping up a mighty fine fourth place effort. And how about those Boston Red Sox? 28 runs in one game, 9 innings. How does that happen? Red Sox, red cheeks from the Blue Jays running a train on them all weekend. Surely they're tired. Hopefully they had plenty of Astroglide there. Anyway, leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel, and let me know your favorite investments for this week. Who's going diamond? Who's going gold? Let's not waste any more time. I feel like I always say that and continue to waste time, doesn't it? Anyway, let's go to some of my favorite investments of the week, starting with said Red Sox, and believe it or not, a pitcher. I know, I'm shocked as well. Garrett Whitlock, on the other hand, I think is essentially a lock at getting gold. I highly suggest that you guys go ahead and invest here. Across the board, I think a +2 is coming his way. So yeah, he's the first of these favorites. Again, the first guys that I mentioned in my list are guys for one reason or another, like Garrett, only going for 254 stubs. There's a lot of room for profit here. So essentially, investments I like a lot, and there's tons of room to get in on it still. So Matt Chapman, he would be another example here, somebody who certainly benefited from the guys that weren't Garrett Whitlock. He had a hell of a series, and he's certainly going to be due for a gold upgrade, in my opinion, right here, a +3. Hitting 474 against righties, big contact versus righties, and a little bit of a power righty boost as well. So I do love that investment right there. We have the Oakland A's, surprisingly, getting an upgrade, not a downgrade. Sean Murphy has been very good as of late. Let me pull up a +2. I have him getting a big contact versus righties boost. A pretty big power versus righties boost and a slight contact lefties. A bit of a truncated list again here, just you know, with the circumstances of how I'm feeling right now. So I do like that one. 166, plenty of room to get on there. Adolis Garcia. He seemed like a lock, then he shit the bed. Holy fuck, did he ever look bad. And now he's right back to looking like he could almost be a lock. I don't want to quite put that on him. I don't want to give him the pressure that he had last time so he doesn't crumple. But man, he's hitting 375 batting average at a 375 isolated power, 3 homers against righties, and even hitting 273 against lefties since the last update. You see a +1 based on +4 per side against righties. I certainly do think he can get diamond, and at a near quick sell price, I certainly think this is a good one to get in on. Talk about Joey Forearms here. Miss him as a Ray. He was a very good player, and he continues to be just that. 476 batting average against right-handed hitters. Pitchers, sorry. Marlins certainly aren't scoring the amount of runs necessary to face some right-handed batters. But we did see a Williams Astudillo appearance yesterday, which is pretty good. 200 stubs for a pretty much lock for Joey Wendle. I like that a lot. One of my favorite ones right here. Hunter Renfroe is literally going for quick sell value at 1,200. And there's 2 things going for him here. Renfroe is hitting 409 with a 545 ISO, 3 homers against righties. Problem, lefties. He's 0 for his last 10. Sometimes that's made to a big deal, like, you know, when I forget to shut the cabinet door and my girlfriend's like, oh my god! You know, seems like a lot of effort for not a lot, but we'll see if they hit him on his lefties there. But he's also hitting 556 in that period with runners in scoring position, and he's been one of the best defenders in baseball, and they're doing a defensive upgrade. I have him going diamond here. Really hit hard on this Hunter Renfroe investment. You cannot lose. He's going for quick sell value. So There we go. Let's move on to the big list here. Let's get it started. I believe we have an Oriole kicking things off. We don't, actually. We have free agent Brandon Lowe, who is back with the Rays. And, oh, baby, he's looking good. He's looking like regular season Lowe. I can't wait for the postseason for him to go 0 for 20. Right now, he's 9 for 22 at 3 extra base hits against righties. And I do think he's going gold. Quick sell value, love this investment. We have the Baltimore Orioles. Finally, Adley Rutschman starting to look like that top prospect. Having really good couple of games here. 333 batting average with the 333 ISO, with a home run against right-handed hitters. Now should be a good time to preface, again, this is a bit of a shorter sample size because, you know, we missed some time based off the All-Star break. No shit. Aaron Judge, a +2 for him. You wouldn't believe this. He's hitting 375 against lefties within the last 30-day period. Again, it's not a huge sample size. Probably no more than like 15 lefty at-bats there, but it should have somewhat of an upgrade. And he has 7 home runs, a 697 ISO, 424 batting average against righties since the last update. I'll say a +2 for him and a big boost for usability. Another gold card right here, DJ LeMahieu's absolutely going to get it. A big contact right boost and a, you know, not so big but somewhat slight contact against lefty boost. Matt Carpenter, let's talk about him for a second. Across the board, he's just been killing it. Who knew? All he needed was the short porch, and he's going off. Although he's, you know, all respect to him and still doing a damn good job on the road, so you can't discredit him too much. I do want to preface guys like Gleyber Torres, Jose Trevino, defensive upgrades. I'll talk about that towards the end of the video. Again, that's just a bit of a gray area because we don't know. It says advanced metrics, but I've heard that before from this company. I don't know how much of their eye test it's going to be, and when it comes to their eye test, you know, I trust that about as much as Mr. Magoo's. We have Vlad Jr. here, getting a +1. Not hitting for much power, but a ton of contact. A big contact right boost. Overall +1 upgrade. Looking at Alek Manoah right here, pitching well. K-Per9 and BB9 upgrade. Have him getting a +1. Tasker Hernandez. Here's my point. Again, he has deserved upgrades twice and got downgraded. I don't know if that's going to happen a third time here, but I'm just going to say a +3 and hope to God that I'm right, because you never know. Lourdes Gurriel, a big +3 for him. Again, you're going to see a lot of Blue Jays hitters right here because they've been tormenting that Red Sox rotation and bullpen. Big +3, hitting 400 against righties and lefties. Not for much power, albeit, but that's fine. Still a shoe-in to go gold. We do have Jose Abreu. Kind of the same thing. He's not hitting for any power. Big contact right boost. It's going to get into the 90s hopefully here, but I can't see any higher than an 83 right now. Lefties and righty splits for him have just kind of switched. Andrew Vaughn, big contact boost for him, specifically versus righties, and some power there as well. He's going to go gold in my opinion. New diamond alert, baby. We're talking about the Guardians, Andres Gimenez. I think finally he's deserving to go ahead and get there. 423 batting average against righties. Big contact right boost and a bit of a power boost as well. The ISO, I believe, at like 250, higher than a 65 rating would indicate. We have James Karinchak. Sticky stuff merchant, maybe not. A +1 for him. Across the board, lately he's really been limiting everything. I don't think any walks and a bunch of strikeouts, but he's got to keep up this pace. A +1 for now. Potential track if he keeps it up. Stops walking everybody. You know, he could get to diamond, maybe. Triston McKenzie, a salad's worst nightmare. Man, is this guy skinny. You could hide behind a two-dimensional pencil. I have a +2 upgrade for him across the board, specifically 10.5 K9. As a hell of a lot better than 59, so keep it up. Another one, Amed Rosario. I have him getting up to gold here, a +2. Big contact right boost and a slight power boost against them as well. Andrew Benintendi, again, another guy who somehow went down when he should have went gold last week. +2 for him. He's hitting 404 against righties, 381 against lefties in his last 30. Low strikeout, high walk guy. I don't know. He's not hitting for power, but so what? Whit Merrifield, I do have a plus. Keep an eye on him. He's hitting 418 bats since he returned from injury. keep an eye on him. He doesn't need much, and he has the other intangibles there, and he's not going for a lot. So I love this investment, whether he goes it this week or next update. Joel and Ryan, as we like to say, shades of Nolan. You know, just not walking every second batter he faces. 158 opponent batting average in his last 2 starts, 11.1 K per 9 in his last start. A +2, I have him going gold. He's been great all year. Astros, couple from Justin Verlander. I don't know how he managed to not go 90+, but he certainly should be this time. Not that there's too much stubs to be made here. I think that ship is kind of sailed at this point. Chas McCormick. You like Chas? Apparently SDS doesn't. I really thought he would have went gold last update, and if he doesn't this time, I'm going to be pissed. 524 batting average with the 333 ISO against lefties. In the last 30-day period, 667 ISO against lefties since the last update. I don't know what else you want from the guy. We're talking about Julio Rodriguez here for the Mariners. I don't even know if he needs an offensive boost. He's been one of the best defenders in the game, so I think he's definitely going to get diamond here. We saw his All-Star card is at 89. He should at least get into gold, and that's weighted very heavily at the center field position, so easy diamond right there, although there's some stubs to be made. I do have him going to an 86, so I'd actually invest right here. Even right now, if he only goes 85, you'll still make 600 stubs. Ty France. Wow, what a tough time to be him. He deserved it for a while, didn't get it, got downgraded because he was struggling, and is now deserving of it again, but I just can't see a +4 here. I'll give him a +3. He's hitting 348 with the 391 ISO, 3 homers against righties, and hitting 538 against lefties in the last 15 plate appearances for what it's worth. But I do like that diamond overall. Maybe next update. Adam Frazier, a +1 to 2. Again, kind of keep an eye on him sort of thing. He's hitting 414 against righties in the last 14 days. We'll see if he can keep up this pace here. Move over to the National League. Austin Riley, certainly deserving of diamond. He's been so good. Finally, he's going to get it. Whether he is going to get a fielding upgrade or not. 348, 391 against righties, 476, 524 batting average and ISO in the last 24 plate appearances against lefties. Yeah, you're a fucking diamond, my friend. 500 stubs to be made there. Very good. There's just no way he doesn't get it, so I love that investment. Sandy Alcantara, +2. Wouldn't you believe it? 14.1 K per 9 in his last 2 starts since the last update. Yes, one of those starts was against the Pirates. Does that count? Technically, we'll give it to him. The Mets, Pete Alonso has been looking very good. I'll give him a +2. 300, 400 batting average and ISO against righties, 300 batting average against lefties in the last 30 plate appearances. Chris Bassett, a +2 for him. 83 overall across the board. He's been pitching very well. I like it. Interesting one here. He's kind of been on the bubble for a few weeks. Zach Wheeler. Keep your eye on him. If he has a good start this week, he'll go diamond. If he doesn't, he won't go. It's as simple as that. The Reds, talking about Johnny India. They're getting some offense right here from him. Been very hot. 294, 529 ISO with 3 homers against righties. 625, 250 against lefties in the last 12 plate appearances. Again, a lot of short lists as far as versus lefties goes, with just fewer games since the All-Star break, naturally. The Cardinals, Paul Goldschmidt. Fuck. Give him what he deserves, damn it. 529 ISO against righties, 500 ISO against lefties in his last 19 versus lefty plate appearances. What more does the guy have to do? This card will be so raw. You just have to do it. You just have to pull the trigger. It's not hard. Really. Zach Gallen right here, +1, 9K per 9, and just generally pitching well. So 82 overall. Needs a lot to go diamond, though. He's got to limit walks, keep up that pace, and, you know, start striking out more batters. Finally, last 2 teams here. That went rather quick. Trey Turner. Have him getting a contact left and a power left boost, 3 homers against lefties since the last update, but sadly he's hitting like 265 against righties, so he will get a downgrade there, just a +1. Freeman is hitting out of his mind, 368, 421 against righties, 400, 400 against lefties. Julio Urias, a big +2 for him across the board, 9K per 9, which isn't fantastic, but it's certainly better than a 56. And a 149 opponent batting average. That's kind of been his key trait, that in winning games for the biggest payroll in baseball. Or one of, you know. Wins don't matter. Sadly, that is not a stat on the card right here. But he's pitching phenomenal, and keep it up. Not hating on him, hating on the people that just claim wins mean anything. Yu Darvish here, 176 opponent batting average and 11.6 K per 9, a +2 for him. He could get diamond if he gets his strikeout pitch back. He's not giving up a bunch of walks this year, limiting base hits. Just find the strikeout pitch, and he'll get diamond in no time, but an 83 for now. And then a couple guys that I want to mention for defense. Dansby Swanson is a kind of guy that is interesting to look at right here for the Braves. I don't know why I chose to look at it this way. It's going to take a lot more time. 81 overall. But it's tough to say how much these guys are truly going to gain. Like, my guess would be Dansby, you know, I just pulled some of the best defenders. Might get a +2, something like that. We do have a guy like Trevor Story. A +2 could be the difference between a silver and a gold card. So investments can be made there. But I feel a lot less comfortable betting on that opposed to actual set-in-stone stuff. Because fielding metrics, you know, what are they looking at? Are they looking at UZR? Are they looking at outs above average? How about defensive runs saved? What exactly are they looking at as far as advanced metrics go to determine these guys? Because all of those different metrics favor different kind of players, and they have different numbers. You'll see a guy with 10 defensive runs saved, but might have -1 outs above average. So it's tough. We'll see. The guys that I listed here were Dansby Swanson, Trevor Story, Max Kepler, Gleyber Torres, Jeremy Pena, Brendan Rodgers, Jose Trevino, and Hunter Renfroe. We'll find out on Friday. But that's my list. I love a lot of those investments. Again, I highly suggest that you hit home on those right there and make a shit ton of studs before the big collection comes on Friday. So, leave a like down below. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you guys are new, and hope you guys have a great day. There goes some Saudi 8.